Greetings, my rare hunters. It is I, MariK. Today we've got a deck profile for the Dragon Ball Super card game. This was the deck that we ran this past Sunday, and we went undefeated in 4 rounds with it. It's a pretty fun deck, but it's a little abnormal. It's something that I've been working on for a while, but it took me a little longer than I wanted to get the cards I needed because some of them are from the first set, which I don't have many of. So first up is our leader, Blue Trunks. Now, he doesn't do anything too crazy, but because of his auto, when you combo with a card every turn, energy 2 or more, you draw a card. Really helps keep your hand full. It keeps card advantage, and it combos really well with a lot of the cards in the deck. The Awakened side literally does the same thing, except you also get that extra draw when you attack with him. The first card in the deck is the Bulma Supporter of Hope. For a 1-drop, you can search any Trunks in the deck that is energy cost 4 or less, which means you can search literally 16 different Trunks cards, excluding the Constant Hope. We run 4 of those just so we can see them early game, preferably on the first turn. Next up is the green 1-drop Slasher Trunks. Now, he can't attack battle cards, but it's pretty irrelevant because on turn 1 it gives you a free extra swing at your opponent to kind of knock their leader down just a little bit really early on. You can also just play him and just leave him out there, so you can evolve with him and set up later. We run 4 of these as well. Next up is Trunks here. Now, we run 4 of these, but these are, despite the fact that he has Double Strike, his best quality is actually his auto, which says when he evolves, when a card evolves into him, choose a card from your drop area and add it to your hand. And you can add any card. So you can add any of your combo cards. You can add literally anything you want, which just adds so much versatility. You can get a Wii Spac. It's really good, actually. Then, to keep up with the trend, we run 4 Aura of Rage Super Saiyan Trunks. Now, I never played him... I never actually played him as a battle card. He either went down as energy, or he was used for combo to get the draw off of the leader's effect. But he's really good. You can KO a blocker when you combo with him, 3 or less, so you can even take out those pesky Android 16s that have revenge as well. And then probably one of the 2 biggest powerhouses in the deck is Full Power Trunks. That triple strike is so intimidating, and the ability to get your opponent down from 5 life to 3, or from 4 life to 1, is just such a game changer. Now, his ability does give all of your opponent's battle cards blocker, but if they're not active, if they're rested, that doesn't really hurt you that much. However, you can combo him with Aura of Rage Trunks. If you attack with Full Power Trunks, his ability kicks in, makes them all blockers. Then you combo with Aura of Rage, and you can KO any of those blockers that's 3 or less energy. So it gives you some extra destructive power as well. And then, of course, the other powerhouse in the deck, Trunks, the Constant Hope. Phenomenal card. We only run 2 of it, mainly because we just didn't have space when we built the deck. But we also, he's a 6-drop where he's 5 to evolve, and a lot of times you're just doing so many things that you either don't have the energy or you don't have a free Trunks to evolve. But we don't run Goku or Vegeta in this build because it's not a typical Blue Trunks deck. This is literally just a future Trunks deck, all about Trunks. He is probably my favorite Saiyan after all, alongside Gohan. But his best feature is his auto, which says when he attacks or is attacked. And this is not once per turn. choose up to one blue battle card in your drop area and combo with it. So, when you use that, you can combo with cards like Boost Attack Piccolo. So you can get that free draw plus the 10,000, of course, if you have 4 or less life. But you can also play it for free. Obviously, Piccolo's free anyways. But if you didn't have Piccolo in your grave, you could also combo with Raging Spirit Son Gohan. And you wouldn't have to pay that cost, so it'd be another 10,000 anyways. So he'd be a free 35,000 beater. And you get Raging Spirit Son Gohan back to the board. As far as support cards go, we debated over this for a little while, running my Supporter of Hope. We actually run 4 of her, and it came in extremely handy. We actually took advantage of having multiple Mai's, and we survived not 1, but 2 Ultimate Super Saiyan Blue Vegito attacks. He's the 5-drop Evolve that has triple strike and triple attack, and that's insane. We actually survived against it and KO'd it the first time, and then the second time we just survived it for, GP. But she's really good because not only is she free when you have Trunks down on the board, but you always have Trunks in the board, because even if you don't have a battle card Trunks, you have your leader, so no matter what, you can drop her at any time that you draw her. Also, if nothing else, she has 2 energy cost, so if you combo with her, then you can just get a free draw off of the leader's ability as well. Now, possibly one of my favorite cards in the deck that gave me a lot of offensive pressure was Raging Spirit Son Gohan. First of all, the fact that they gave Future Gohan a card made me so happy, because Future Trunks' timeline is my favorite part of Dragon Ball. And the History of Trunks TV special, even though it was movie, whatever you want to call it, was just one of my favorite of all time. Now, like I said, with him, you can combo with him with any of these cards, really. You can combo with him just for the hell of it. You can combo with him for Constant Trunks, or Constant Hope, to get that extra plus and to get him out for free. You can combo with him for the leader to get him out and to get an extra draw. And at 15,000, you can just swing at your opponent's leader, and you don't have to worry about if they counter or not, because if they counter, they waste a counter. If they combo, they waste cards in their hand. So no matter what, he just puts a lot of offensive pressure. We run 4 of him because, to me, I think he's just that good. And then the last support card in here is Boost Attack Piccolo. Like, as you know, 4 less life, draw a card, 10,000. You can combo with the leader with him. You can combo with the Constant Hope and get free draws. Running anything less than 4 of him, to me, is just foolish. As far as the extra cards go, we run Trunks' Time Machine. And we run 4 of these. Now, in a way, Trunks' Time Machine is better and worse than Bulma. They both cost 1 energy. Bulma also puts you, a battle card on the board, so if you wanted to combo with it, it's plus 5,000. However, Bulma lets you just search your deck for one, but it has to be energy cost 4 or less. Trunks' Time Machine doesn't care. So the Time Machine can get Constant Hope. Also, if you happen to have 4 or more energy, you can essentially you play it for free, because it costs 1 energy to play, and then if you have 4 or more, you switch an energy back to active. So it's a free, it's not a +1, but it's free digging into your deck to get whatever you need to combo with. I debated taking 1 out, but I'm glad I didn't, even though I did draw all 4 of them during one game, but I still ended up managing to win because this deck just draws so many cards. And of course, if you're running a blue deck, you're stupid if you're not running Senzu Bean. I'm sorry if you're offended there, but really, Senzu Bean is one of the best cards in the entire game. The plus 5,000, first of all, it lasts for the duration of the turn. That's a huge difference compared to every other card that increases your attack power. But the fact that it also untaps 2 of your energy, um, or resets them rather. It's a free card and you get an extra energy out of it. So that's not bad. Obviously, 4 of those, you're crazy not to. For extra defense, we have the 4 Mize, but we also run 4 Whis' Coercion. Um, Obviously, the smartest choice to run because not only do you get the negate, but you can reactivate an energy. So, again, this card is essentially a free card. The blue support cards are the best out of the 4 colors. Yeah, I could run full power energy or whatever the green negate is, but popping a 1-drop really doesn't do much. It'd be a decent side deck card, I suppose, for like little blockers, but even then, like, a lot of the blockers are 2-drops. And again, running 4 of those because you're crazy not to. And then probably, again, one of the best support cards in the game, especially for blue, is Zeno Button. We run 4 of these. I debated on running 4 of them because I do draw into them sort of frequently. But the ability to go, oh, hey, I play anything I want, burn all my energy on my turn. You attack me, then I drop Zeno Button, and then now I'm able to do whatever I want. Now, granted, it only untaps your blue energy. You're going to have some green energy, but you usually don't need more than, 2 or 3 energy free anyways. The deck worked out really fantastic. We played round 1. We played a Vegito deck, and we pretty much ran it into the ground. Vegito is such a heavy, resource-intense deck, and I know that because I have a Vegito deck. And really, the easiest way to beat a Vegito deck is to just kill everything they put on the board. Forget about attacking their leader. Kill every Goku, kill every Vegeta. Anything to stop them from getting Vegito. And if they drop Vegito, make sure you just kill it. And especially with this deck, because I draw so much with it, I'm really never low on resources, especially compared to that deck. We 2-0'd that. Round 2, we played a second Vegito deck. This was the guy that dropped the Secret Rare Vegito on us twice. The first time, I managed to have a blocker and have a Whis, and I took the 3rd hit so that I could draw those 3 cards from my life. And then we ended up killing it because we had so many cards to just combo and just run it over. As far as his deck was a little more versatile and a little less aggro than the first one, but we still ended up beating it. Round 3, we played against a Cell deck. For the most part, it was just green, mono green Cell, but there was a few blue cards in it. But other than that, it was mostly just support cards. He did end up siding into stuff like Pilaf to shut down some of my skills, but he never really drew into them. And even though he dropped Perfect Cell on us, it does hurt for us to lose down to 3 cards. But because of how much draw power and how much hand advantage this deck generates, Perfect Cell really is not as bad as long as you can survive the attacks afterwards. Because once you survive the attacks afterwards and you draw, you start dumping stuff, then, once again, you've got a handful of cards and their resources are gone. And especially if you kill that cell because you have so many resources. Round 4, we played a blue Goku deck, the one with the Super Saiyan God Goku leader. He's the one that when he attacks, you untap energy, which is it's pretty good, and it gives you a lot more energy to play around with. And he just ran basic blue Goku stuff with some support. He held up decently well, but again, this deck generates so much support and so much advantage that it doesn't matter how much stuff he draws, doesn't matter how much energy he untaps, he's going to run out of cards to play long before I do. But yeah, so this is my Trunks deck. We went undefeated with it in 4 rounds yesterday, taking first, winning our second set of Vegito sleeves, which they're nice. I really love the look of them. But yeah, so that's our Vegito deck. That's our Vegito deck. That's our Trunks deck. We don't really have a side deck for it. I actually wasn't even sure I was going to be able to play it because I didn't have everything I needed for it. But I am glad I did decide to play this instead of Vegito. I that makes 3 kit tournaments I've played in that I have not used Vegito. I used Android 17 the first time, went undefeated. Um, got second there because of like points, tie breaks, or however you call it. Um, Played in the second one again with Android 17, got third because I lost against Cell game 3. He dropped perfect Cell on me turn 3, and I didn't have anything to come back with. And then this time I played Trunks and got first place. I didn't even go to game 3 any of my matches, which was really awesome. It would have been nice to have cards to side deck, but I'm not really sure a whole lot what I would side deck out. Siding in cards like Mafuba or Pilaf would be really good to side in. Um, Maybe something else, blue support. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So that's our deck profile for our Dragon Ball Super Blue Green Trunks deck. If you guys like the deck, feel free to try it out for yourselves. It's a lot of fun. It seems really wonky at first, but as long as you know how to play it, it's just really incredibly aggressive. Um, but yeah, hit that like button for us if you enjoyed. Let us know what you think. And yeah, have fun trying it out for yourself. We're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here, though. We'll see you guys in the next video.